Assalamualaikum and good day. I bid to Dr. Azman, our beloved lecturer. Today, we will be presenting the comprehensive written analysis of BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division. Before starting the presentation, I would like to introduce the group members, which consists of FARAH SYAZWANI, FARHANA RASYIDAH, MOHAMAD ZULFAHMI and HUDA HUSNA.
Introduction. Libraries are one of the main organizations that provide information, products and services. Apart from libraries, other institutions include museums, archives and galleries. Every institution has a leader and they usually go by names such as Chief Information Officer, Chief Executive Officer or CEO, and Information Manager. In this study, BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division is chosen as the information organization that will be analyzed.
In this assignment, we choose Hasnita Haji Ibrahim as leader in BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division. Her academic qualification, which is from Bachelor in Library Science, and further her study in Master in Library and Information Science, and current PhD in Library and Information Science. She profession in Assistant Director Librarian at Judicial and Legal Training Institute Library and as Information Manager at New Library and Information Center BERNAMA. For her roles of current position, which is monitoring daily tasks of personnel in the division to maintain best service served to user, and managing staff in compiling and processing reading material, news, information for BERNAMA staff and client. For the background of the BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division, firstly, InfoLab News started its operation in 1968. The police content were maintained by BERNAMA News and InfoLab News collection and materials. BERNAMA Library or InfoLab's library is known as BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division or in short as BERNAMA KM Division. For lastly, BERNAMA KM Division currently have about 20 staff. This is the organization chart of BERNAMA staff. The division is led by Haji Azman Arifin, Senior Information Manager, and followed by Madam Hasnita Haji Ibrahim as the Information Manager. In BERNAMA KM Division, they are separated into three units known as Figure and Database Unit, Information Package Unit, and Reference and Digital Unit. For the role of the leadership, firstly, for the achievement, published and presented more than 30 papers, experience in information science and library. For the success, coordinated the library system, received an excellent worker, gained the most promising librarian, awarded as best division, won the Deco Turbine in library decoration competition. For the involvement in profession, member of Librarian Association of Malaysia, published many publications and papers related to profession, National Committee for International Federation of Library Association and World Library Information Congress, coordinator for standard development. And for the challenges and issues faced, firstly, the time constraint of juggling between full-time work and study, managing staff personnel issues and problems, and lastly, the fast advancement of technology, keeping up the library relevancy through time.
Step 1. Identify the firm background, existing vision, mission, objective, and strategies. First, background of BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division, Pertubuhan Berita Nasional Malaysia, familiar as BERNAMA, is a news agency of Malaysia governments. They provide news mainly through BERNAMA TV, which formerly known as BERNAMA News Channel, and through BERNAMA Radio. Okay. Since BERNAMA started its operation, BERNAMA Library has been operating together to assist in information managing and providing reliable material for BERNAMA. Okay, the mission and vision. Mission, vision is to become a renowned news agency which is recognized internationally. Okay, there are mission of BERNAMA. Okay, the objective of BERNAMA is first accurate, fast, and fair and balanced. The objective of BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division is compiling and processing reading material, news, and information. Therefore, it can be accessed by BERNAMA staff and BLIS clients.
Step 2. Revise vision and mission statement for BERNAMA. For the revised vision, we incorporated several elements from on strategy, and the newly revised vision is to be the world's most reliable news agency, providing real-time news with wider information discovery. For the revised mission, we also incorporated elements guided by on strategy, and the mission statement are as follows. To fulfill the client needs in the best way, to share accurate and real-time news information within nation's interests, to inculcate and inform society of Malaysia, to upgrade journalism standard through rewarding carriers, to generate revenue through news diversification and utilization of information products and technology.
Step 3. BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division External Opportunities and Trade. There are three external opportunities, which is first, the demand for information and news during the pandemic. Second, the demand for online meeting and webinars. And third, the abilities to utilize the website and list function. For external trade, also have three, which is first, employees' health issue. Second, ever-changing technology, and third, space limitation.
Step 4. BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division Competitive Profile Metric. Through CPM implementation, an organization can see their strengths and weaknesses and compare between several other competitors. In CPM, it uses both internal and external variables as parameters. BERNAMA KM Division is one of the subdivisions under Human Resources and Administration Department of BERNAMA. Through this CPM, it will give clear data presentation among three special libraries, namely BERNAMA KM Division, Ministry of Communication and Multimedia Information Center, and Petronas Resource Center. Comparison between those three are shown below. Based on the CPM result, it shows that Petronas Resource Center is the strongest player in the industry with relative strength in appropriate IT infrastructure, provision of required resources, and top management commitment. On the other hand, BERNAMA KM Division are strong in terms of provision of required services and top management commitment. KKMM Information Center is the weakest of them all and does not have any relative strength. To retain best competitive advantage, BERNAMA KM Division need to do some improvements to catch up with the top player.
Step 5. BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division EFE Matrix. External Factor Evaluation Matrix is a tool for strategically implement in examining organization external environment and to identify the available opportunities and threats. Based on the EFE matrix, the BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division total weight score is 3.35, indicating that the organization responding in an almost outstanding way to existing opportunities and threats. From the list, it can be concluded that their major opportunities are the demand for information and news during the pandemic. In order to keep their competitiveness and stay relevant in the industry, BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division should address the need issue in the best way possible.
For the step 6, BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division Internal Strengths and Weaknesses. Firstly, the appropriate IT infrastructure. In BERNAMA KM division, they are fortunate to have the latest and suitable IT infrastructure. Secondly, well-trained staff. BERNAMA KM division staff were recruited under thorough procedure to ensure that they get the most suitable candidate for the position. Thirdly, the provision of required resources. BERNAMA KM division has the ability to provide the required resources such as news and information to users, inflexible staff personality and attitude. Although the staff is experienced and well trained, sometimes their attitude may become a weakness factor. Then, underutilized physical library resources. During this pandemic, since there is significant decrease in the number of physical visitors, this affected the borrowing rate of physical material. And lastly, limited social space. The space limitation is quite notable. This may affect the work experience of the staff.
Step 7. Bernama KMD IFE matrix. From table 5, we can conclude that Bernama KMD have a strong internal position, and based on the table, the two most important factors in the division are appropriate IT infrastructure and well-trained staff. On the other hand, the division is having major problem with underutilized physical library resources.
Step 8. Bernama Knowledge Management Division SWOT Matrix and QSPM. Okay, the strategy formulation analytical framework. There are 9 techniques included in the strategy formulation framework, and they require the combination good intuitions and analysis. In this step 8, there are use SWOT matrix and QSPM. Okay, there are figure show SWOT matrix of knowledge management in Bernama divisions. Okay, next, the quantitative strategic planning metric. In table 7, two alternative strategies which are enhanced library promotion and marketing and renovate the office into more practical space are being considered by Bernama Knowledge Management divisions. Advantages and disadvantages of alternative strategy. First, it can be reliable and good as information and matching analysis from there is it base. Second, it often require intuitive judgment and intellectual assumption which may be very abstract depending on each person. Furthermore, as discussing on the pros and cons of the alternative strategy, one advantage is that Bernama able to come up with a newly strategy, while the disadvantages is need proper planning which may take some time to be realized. Step 9. First, the role of information professional. Based on Mason, information professional are people who apply their special knowledge and information technology with a main purpose which is to get the accurate information from the right sources. Okay, there are two roles of IP which are technology utilization in daily tasks and enhance visibility and significance to the stakeholder. Second, the importance of information governance in underpinning the above process. There are importance of information governance in underpinning the above process are first information ownership and accountability and ability to different the level of information confidentiality.
10. Bernama Knowledge Management Division Strategy Review and Room for Improvement. From the table 8, that is the table for strategy evaluation metrics, and from that table we will be able to identify the new corrective plan for Bernama KMD. So after analyzing the strategy evaluation metrics, we have come up with 3 corrective action, which is first one, for the inflexible staff personality and attitudes, we suggested for the team to hold family day. For number 2, underutilized physical library resources, we suggested for the organization to review the title of books. And as for the number 3, cramped space, we suggested for the organisation to apply for a floor which have larger space. Next, new role of information professional recommended by us are the first one, promoting public health awareness. Number 2, enhance IT skills. And number 3, upgraded information literacy class or sessions.
Conclusion: every individual is a leader to his or herself. To have a good and reliable leader is crucial to every organisation. In libraries, librarian or information manager is the leader, and they are responsible for managing and supervising their staff and division, so that he will be able to operate daily with ultimate capability. We believe that BERNAMA Knowledge Management Division is led by experienced and true leaders, that they are able to maintain good work environment and supply to user needs.